Hello, and we're back again.
Lucky for you all.
And this week we're talking about something a little bit more niche, parking. Parking.
Dum, dum, dum.
You wouldn't think it would be a problem,
No,
but it is a problem.
it
And
really is.
it's
Yeah,
becoming more of a problem.
absolutely. Yeah.
So, Maria, being the driver out the pair of us,
Yes, yes.
do you want to explain why maybe we're talking about parking? What are the problems people are having with parking?
Well, I mean, I think for the general population, parking is quite tricky. And I imagine everybody will be ranting and raving about parking and how they can't park and you can't park anymore and everything's pedestrian rather than parking and then it costs a fortune and blah blah blah. So if we think for your average person parking is quite challenging, so then if you take that upper level and think about what it's like maybe for older people or more vulnerable people who really rely on their car and maybe can't get a bus, they can't do the alternative, they can't get a bus, they can't walk, etc. um, and so it is a lot more challenging for older people.
Yes. Feel like you've explained it without explaining it. I think from my point of view, I was thinking like digital parking, everything's gone digital. So
Yeah,
it's bad
that's
enough that you've got to find the parking space, but then when you find it, they want you to download an app, they want you to put a code in.
yeah.
Not all
Well,
older people have phones that can do that, do they?
I was waiting for you to ask me that question. That's why I didn't go for it because I thought I know
Oh,
she's going to ask me about digital parking and I'll be well up for this. So I was part of something quite recently, complaining to local councils because they wanted to get rid of normal sort of machines, like that you can just put coins in,
yeah.
good old fashioned coins, which we all love.
Although
Um,
I have to say, I don't have cash either. Like I don't have coins. I
no,
don't want
I
to
mean
download an app.
a lot of people don't, but they've kind of been the ones where you can put coins in, or you can phone, or you can tap your
Yeah.
card. So there's always been options,
Hmm.
So for the people who, for example, don't have a smartphone, um, there would have been an option for them to have coins.
Yeah.
So yeah, so recently, as I was saying, been part of a campaign to try and stop the council taking out all these general pay machines.
Mm.
Sadly, we lost the battle, and it's really affected a lot of older people
Yeah.
because some of them don't have smartphones.
Mm.
They don't have phones at all, that they can mobilize with, and therefore they can't park anymore. And so it stopped them actually going into this town. Um, so it's a real issue is parking generally, but especially for older people with new
What reason
technology.
did the sorry to talk over you. What reason did the council give that they would do like did they say what it was for or
Money saving, isn't it? It's just cost saving at the end of the day because it costs more to kind of keep these things updated and go and empty them and things like that
yeah.
than it does just to stick one there. I mean, a prime example as well, because they're not the easiest of things to use. Some of these pay machines. I'm, as we all know, dyslexic. I recently got a fine from a place where I was trying to park because I couldn't understand
Mm.
how to use the machine, and there was a lot of writing to read. I was time sensitive as well because I mean it's my own issue. I was running a bit late, but still, um, you know, I'm not super daft. I'm a wee bit daft, but
No.
um, I couldn't understand it because
Mm.
you know me and technology. It takes me quite a while to learn new skills,
Yeah.
and I couldn't, and I got a fine, and I tried to challenge that actually. I love a challenge, so I
Mm.
wrote to them and said, look, this is not just for people like myself, but think about, vulnerable people,
Hmm.
and older people who just can't comprehend how to use these machines. They're not user friendly whatsoever. So
So they
sadly,
did they uphold your challenge or no?
no. I mean, it makes me want to swear. But what they did do is they said they could just charge me an admin fee, but
Right.
they didn't uphold it, unfortunately. But they reduced the cost by just suggesting an admin fee. But that kind of wasn't the point. Do you know what I mean? It was the
Yeah.
principle of, I'm just one person who's struggling with this. Look at the thousands, millions of other people out there who are also struggling. Um,
And I
so
think
yeah,
the other thing with it is you might manage to download one app, but then you go to a different car park and they want you to do something different, or some will want you to enter your number plate, others will want you to scan a receipt. And to keep track of all the different ways that they want you to
you
park
can't.
is just ridiculous.
You can't. And like I say, for people like us who, I mean, we weren't as such brought up with that technology, but we're using it all the time.
Yeah.
I find it so frustrating to have to download another app. I
Yeah.
mean, I got I get fines left, right, and center, but I got another fine recently because again, I couldn't download the app. I
Hmm.
couldn't work out how to do it, and there's a lot of QR codes nowadays, but the QR code wasn't working. I couldn't, get to the website and things like that. So
Yeah.
then I got another fine because I just couldn't do it, and I had to be in work and things. So
Mm.
I think that this could be the conspiracy theorist in me, but I just think they're making it difficult on purpose so that we can't pay.
And
But
then
it shouldn't be that difficult. They shouldn't make it that difficult
no.
for your average Joe, let alone older people who potentially one they can't walk far to try and find these machines. They might not be able to read them clearly. It really doesn't make sense to them. They don't have the phones on them. They don't fully understand the technology.
No.
Downloading an app, putting in all your details, it's just too much. It's just too
Definitely.
much.
And oh, my mind has gone blank. Oh
Ooh.
no, I remember what I was going to say. Blue badges. So
Mm.
not for everyone, but they could help some people in situations like this, couldn't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Because there are still, I mean, for anybody who doesn't know what a blue badge is, it's a badge. It's blue, hence its name, given to people who have some form of challenges and might not be able to walk far, etc. Might have some kind of mobility challenges. So you can apply for a blue badge. Costs a tenner. Um, and you have to fill out a form, etc. Sometimes they might ask you to go in for an assessment. I don't know if they do that. I think they still do, but they used to do it all the time. I don't know if they're still doing that.
The recent ones that I've done no one's been asked
No,
to do that, but I'm
no,
not saying they don't spot check people every now
yeah, but I mean that's good because it's. I used to have the challenge of this person couldn't actually get to the assessment,
and then.
because they have mobility issues, but they needed their son or daughter to have the blue badge on their behalf and things.
Yeah.
They were taking them shopping or appointments. But that being said, that's another discussion.
Well, I think we
Um,
could go into a bit more detail or point people in the right direction on social media this week, couldn't we?
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. We can certainly talk about that during the week
Yeah.
because we love a good chat. So yeah, we can certainly do that, but it's always worth applying
Hmm.
for anybody who struggles. It doesn't automatically mean that you don't have to pay for parking.
No.
It depends on whereabouts you are trying to park. So always just double check because some places will allow you to park for free, but then others won't,
But
unfortunately.
it will let you park closer often, won't it,
Yeah,
to shops and
yeah, exactly.
facilities? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think there's any other things we need to be mindful with about parking? Like, are there any other struggles other than the digitalness of it all?
I mean, I think one is stress actually.
Mm.
It's very stressful parking. And I think I've found it as I get older, I find it a bit harder to park as well. Now I'm convinced that the cars get bigger and the spaces get smaller.
Yeah.
I'm convinced of that. I don't know if it's true, but I think what I find, and I think what a lot of people find, and I know my mum does, is that parking isn't clear anymore.
Mm.
So it's really challenging to see where it's okay to park
Yeah.
and where it's okay to go down this lane to get to the parking. Or I mean, we must keep the council in fines, to be honest, because my mum got one recently,
Oh no.
going in going down a bus lane by mistake.
Yeah.
It's just not clear. These things are often not clear. And it is a bit stressful when you're trying to park, or you're in a new place, or you're in a town or a
Yeah.
city. It's quite stressful actually, trying to find somewhere to park when you need it. And the hospitals are a
Mm.
nightmare for so many people trying
Yeah.
to park.
And
I
it's
mean,
expensive and trying to figure it out. It's just
absolutely. Yeah, and the one thing that I really don't like nowadays is that when you have to put your um
number plate.
thank you number plate in, you then can't give your ticket to somebody else, which is like one of the last things that we can do as lovely humans, to pass on a bit of
Yeah.
kindness, like, here, have my ticket. And so I really don't like it nowadays when you can't do that, because you might just be popping in for 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and yet you've got to pay for an hour or 2 hours. So
That's
I
such a good
find that
point.
annoying, actually, that you can't do that. But I mean, if you are finding, the stress of going into a town or parking, or, trying to get to hospitals, there are other things that you can do if you don't want to do that driving yourself.
Hmm.
So, for example, if you're going to a hospital appointment, you can, speak to the hospital about their transport. So, hospital transport can come and pick you up from your home if it's kind of a local transport to you. For example, if you're going to a hospital way outside your borough, then they might not do that.
Mhm.
But you could always consider speaking to your hospital, see if they can provide transport.
Yeah.
There are things like Dial a Ride
Hmm.
that are free nowadays. Again, they don't take you to hospitals, but they will take you to places like, local shops or a library and things like that. And
Are you
that
popular, Maria?
I'm so sorry. I am
Ping,
pinging and
ping,
dinging.
ping.
Yes. I'm so sorry. I'm
No,
so
but
popular.
we did dial a ride. Go, I interrupted you.
Yes, sorry. So yeah, Dial a Ride. So Dial a Ride, again, you would need to apply for it. It's very easy to do. And they often have like shopping trips and things. So they'll take you to the local supermarket, drop you off, and then pick you up again. Um, they're quite good for certain things. Like I say, they don't do hospital appointments, but they will take you to local community based
And does the
services.
Royal Voluntary Service offer any kind of transport, or is that not
Yeah,
a thing?
they do. They do. It is charged for.
Okay.
So there are several organisations who will offer that type of support, but
Mm.
the Royal Volunteer Service do charge now.
Okay.
They can sort of charge for their mileage and things like that.
Yeah.
But they're really good. I would always recommend getting in touch with them, because they will also, offer an escort as well. So that can be, quite
Comforting.
supportive for
Yeah.
people who might need that at an appointment or something like that.
Hmm.
So there are a few schemes like that, and then often your local churches and, organizations like that will often provide and support with just local trips to, you know wherever you might want to go, the doctors, etc.
Yeah.
um, and then you've got your good old taxi scheme as well. So again, it's not a free service, but it's a service again that you can apply for, and
Hmm.
you will be allocated so many trips per month, per year, at a subsidised rate.
Did
And
not know that. Is
yes,
that the taxi card? Is that what taxi card is?
that's the taxi card. Yeah, yeah.
Heard of that, but I didn't know what it did.
Oh, yeah. And you get like a black cab as well, so you feel like proper swanky
Mm.
pants. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
That's really lovely. Who does that? Is it the Black Cab?
It is, yes, yeah. It's part of the Black Cap schemes
Mm.
of working with the council.
Oh, that's so nice.
So yeah, it's good, and they can accommodate different types of wheelchairs as well,
Yeah.
which obviously a lot of transport can't. So there are specific wheelchairs that not all of them can. So,
Mm.
if you're looking for, me very knowledgeable, like the T2 or the T4 or something like
Mm.
that, you can ask for a specific cab
Yeah,
that will fit your wheelchair and things like that.
that's so good.
Yeah. So they are again a good thing to get on board with if you need cabs.
Do you recommend people write to their councils and point this problem out, or do you think it's falling on deaf ears? Is it worth having a
You
go?
know me, I love a complaint letter.
You do.
So I always think it's never give up, never, ever, ever give up.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Get in touch with the council, your local councillor. Your local councillor, they often hold, groups, don't they, every month
Yeah.
for you to either email in or go and see them. And transport for older people and vulnerable people has always been challenging. It's
Mhm.
never been enough, ever. And I'm going back, I don't know, 20, 30 years or something. And sadly, it just gets worse, not better.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would definitely say, write to your MP or the council. I'd say MP rather than the local council.
Okay.
So, yeah, absolutely. Or maybe your local Age UK or something like that. They often do, Age UK National do a lot of campaigning
Yeah.
for older people. Um, so, yeah, shout about it.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, I think we're going to have a lot of fun with this week because it's quite an emotive subject, and
It
I'm
is.
sure people will have a lot to say about it. So I think we should save some of this magic, as I always say,
Yeah.
for the week.
And I can film some of my shocking parking nowadays, actually, if you like.
Okay, if you want to let the world know.
You should see my car, it's battered. Oh dear. But yes, let's save the magic.
All right. Well, like, subscribe, follow, catch us on social
You
media,
too. Yeah.
and age-tastically, over and out.
Signing out. See you
Bye.
next week. Bye.